Welcome to a new market update in which we're going to discuss what we're seeing on the cryptocurrency markets today, in which we're also seeing some beautiful movements of the altcoins, which we'll be discussing at a later point today in the second update. The first update will be discussing and covering the topic that we always do, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, do not forget to like this YouTube update if you enjoy the content. And do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content when it comes to the cryptocurrency markets, as I'm sharing my entire view on Twitter and Instagram. My final day in the south of France. Tomorrow I'll be driving back to Amsterdam. So soon we'll be back to the grind as the markets are heating up, it seems like. And even not, it's not like Bitcoin is heating up at this point. It's more that the altcoins are showing strength, in which I'm starting to get myself hyped and pumped for the markets overall. Um, but when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, I think the first one we have to cover is the scenario that we have written here. It's the potential scenario of a breakdown in which we test the actual low or nosedive beneath 46k to actually take the liquidity there, bounce back up, and then we start reversing. It's not really the case at this point, but what we do see is that we have been rejecting at 48k. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin at this point, there's a few crucial resistance points that we have to break through in order to sustain or get the momentum going. And this chart I've been sharing on Twitter previously, in which I've clearly stated that if we want to become bullish, and then I'll just zoom out a little bit. If we want to become bullish in this structure or we want to reverse, we have to reclaim anything that we've just been losing. So the fact that we're holding 46k as support is a beautiful and good thing to see. However, we are still trending south. We are still making lower highs. We're still making lower lows. And in order to actually break out of this construction, we have to break above 51k, as that is the range resistance. So if we do break and flip that level on the higher time frame, that is the ultimate confirmation that we are reversing the trend and that we are seeking for a new upwards run to be taking place. However, when we're starting to look at the lower time frames, we've got a few clear levels that we have to break through in order to have that test being able to get there at 51k. We've had this nosedive beneath 49.4, immediately rejected at this point as well, in which this is a crucial resistance to break through, as that is most likely going to cause a chain reaction of stops to be triggered, and then we can have continuation towards that crucial range high, which is 51k. Now, we also have this crucial resistance point at 48k, as right now the price action of Bitcoin has been acting inside this block, right? So in order to break out of this block, 48k has to break, and then I think that we're accelerating quite fast towards 50k. Then the question becomes whether we are flipping the previous resistance at 48.3, and if we do, continuation is likely. So the two crucial resistance points to break through in order to have any momentum are 48k and 49.4k. So that is what we're looking at right now. And what are the support levels that I'm personally watching? Well, the entire block that you can see on the other chart, which is this support level here at 46k, that is the ultimate support that I'm looking at to hold on to. If that one is not going to grant support at this stage, the next level of support we are looking at is the actual support level at 41 to 42k, as that is the next area. Right now, Bitcoin is acting in a very minimal range of support and resistance. The crucial resistance 48k. The actual support that we are hanging between is the area that we are facing here, which is at 46.7. So if Bitcoin, and this is more day trading wise, if Bitcoin loses 46.7, we are probably testing that range low. In that scenario that I've just been making or sharing, in which we take out the low, that is most likely going to be happening here In the case that we're holding this level and attacking the resistance once again, I think that we've taken out all the orders that we've had in this level, given the harsh rejection yesterday, based on the Fed and based on the news from the Fed regarding the tapering. We've had some price action here, but once we get here once again, I think we're going to have that breakout and that the market is going to heat up some more. So at this stage, a very narrow range that we're acting in. I think overall still beautifully and providing beautiful entries on the markets overall for Bitcoin. Now, when we're looking at Ethereum, we can see more strength here. The Ethereum against USDT pair is showing more strength, although we're still seeing a downward trend, which is not broken yet. The downward trend is broken once we break above this level of 4.1k. However, a crucial support level that we have not been testing until this deep wick has been tested again, and I think this is the crucial one that Ethereum has to hold on to, and currently we are actually doing that. Now, when we're looking at the lower time frames for Ethereum, we can see that we're trying to break through resistance points, right? So the crucial resistance here wasn't really broken. We came all the way back south, retest the block once again, and now what we're facing here is that we've actually been breaking through the resistance point, flipping the level, and looking eager for the next resistance point to be tested, which is comparable to the area that we are facing at um, Bitcoin at 49.4. So for Ethereum, the crucial levels are we have to hold above 3.750. If that is lost, I think we're testing the lows once again. But if we hold, most likely we are facing a test to 3.9k relatively soon. And when you start zooming out, you can actually start seeing a phase where we most likely are getting ourselves bottomed, given the fact that even if we test those ranges here, the chances of a higher low and a breakout to be happening later in January, potentially beginning February, is very likely to be happening here. So I'm still standing behind the thesis of December to be ultimately the best period to buy your altcoins, and I'm expecting to be happening or to be seeing breakouts left and right starting in this month. So, what are we looking at? I think we're looking at a bullish breakout to be happening. Whether or not we're going to have a 46k test, the chances to buy are right now. I hope you have enjoyed this update. See you again later today. Have a good one. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel.